Where is he now? Where'd he go?
Are you guys video recording? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's okay.
That's not true either. No, it's not. That's not. What's not true about that?
Mr. Gray, care to comment on your
You were
activities at the vet
definitely out
center?
of bounds. Get back over your area, out of our area.
Your
Right
area.
there should be right over there.
What are you talking about, Mr. Gray? Would you like to comment on your
No
actions?
stolen valor, I would not.
Say what? Oh, okay. Yeah, we just got your records back from the National Archives. It said that you have an active duty at, I think, 1982 for 3 months,
Thank you very
and
much.
then you had 1 year and 2 months in 2003, and then you had another one in 2010. So that seems to be like two deployments and not 4. You care to comment on the discrepancy there from what you said on your campaign that you had 4 deployments, where your records from the National Archives say only 2? Mr. Gray? No? No comment? Brian, you don't want to be accountable to the public, do you?
Say it a little louder. I can't pick it up.
You don't want to be accountable to the public?
There you go. That's all I need to hear right there. That is definitely, well, I'll let you know what it is.
Do you want to be accountable to the public?
You've already been asked to leave. That's all I can do.
This
I
is
didn't say anything to you, Sasquatch.
this is public property, man.
Yes, Michelle, I understand that.
But what authority would you ask me to leave?
That's all I need right there. That's it. You got it. Thank you. That's all I need right there.
The people have seen your cowardice, Brian. They've seen how you hid behind a lady the other day and wouldn't answer questions. You think this is being honorable? You think this is a way a man of integrity acts? You can't answer questions?
Good job, Michelle.
And you have to you devolve to ad hominems.
Good job. That's
Ad hominems. You don't even.
good.
You can't answer. Why can't you answer questions?
Please keep it up.
What are you going to do for the city of Lynn Haven if you get elected? What would you do?
Please keep it up. At least he knows what to do.
Huh, Brian?
Please keep it up.
What would you do for the city of Lynn Haven if you're elected? Brian Gray. What's up, Gray dude? Yeah, I got here within minutes of getting here. Brian calls the cops again. He's gonna try to call violence on a peaceful man trying to ask questions about the candidates. The kind of man that Brian is. He wants to call in people with guns,
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely.
invoke
We
violence to the
just add what
state.
we sent to the state attorney's office. That'd be great. Thank you.
So you don't answer any questions, Brian? People are watching, Brian. You're live to the world. It's your chance to clear things up.
Anyway, it looked very odd to me, and then he walked out to that road right there by the Walmart gas station. He got in the back.
Good morning. Yeah, good afternoon. Is this the right one?
Yep.
Who's back? Back this way. You, mayor's tent, or do they have their stuff set up? Is it? Where is it? Oh, okay. Are they? Is it manned? Anybody over there? Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Afternoon. How's the turnout going? Anybody know how the polls are going? Okay. Jesse been out today, or is he coming out?
Yeah, he's been out. He was out all morning.
Yeah.
He's gonna take care of stuff.
All right. Right on. Any other candidates that you can tell? No. Are there any other candidates out here? No. So it's just this group and then Brian. Oh, this is one right here. Oh, okay. All right. And there's one right here with the music. And which was in this one? Pat. Are you Pat?
Yeah.
Hey, what seat are you running for? Commission seat 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you an incumbent or are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, I sent an email about the public records policy for the city. Did you get that email? It was probably a week or two ago. I sent it to all the commissioners and the mayor.
About public records, about
The public records policy?
how they're accessible. You talked at the meeting about that.
Yeah, I did. And then I followed up with an email to all the
Yeah.
commissioners' emails.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember if you got that?
About that, about the time to get it.
Well, about the fees that.
Fees and
Yeah.
everything.
Uh huh.
Yeah. I think they're trying to tweak that.
Okay.
If they can.
Is it something that you guys can put on the agenda?
I'm pretty sure it can be talked about.
All right.
I think we've talked about it before. As far as implementing them.
Yeah.
So now that they've been implemented, if they're perceived not fair, we could talk about it again.
Yeah. So one of the problems is that when we've been trying to get records, that a lot of times we get a quick response with a, what do they call it? An invoice, and it's like a blanket $23, and
that's probably what they instituted already, and then they'll go back and do man hours and stuff on what specifically you asked for.
Right.
I know yours was going back and forth about actually pulling the what you're wearing.
Oh, body camera stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. One was on that, and then there was one that I did after I think I emailed you guys that was pretty wild. I asked the public records lady, like CJ, that works for the city, for the city's public records policy, and then an hour and a half later, she sends me an invoice for $23. I'm like, how do you not know where your policy is? Because you're not supposed to charge unless it's an excessive search, right?
We could be a little more compassionate, don't you?
Yeah, I'm like, that to me was a big red flag. Like, how did you know how much to charge me unless you had the policy? And if you had the policy, then it wasn't an excessive search, in which case you shouldn't, by law, charge me. You just send me the policy. So there's a problem with them releasing records.
I think they're intimidated by you.
It's possible, maybe not by me specifically, but by the power of the internet.
Maybe. Yeah, what you represent.
Yeah.
I don't know, and shame on me. I don't delve into it.
Yeah.
If you citizen, correct?
I live here.
You live here in Lynn Haven?
Yeah, I live here.
Okay. Because that's what I'm for. I'll go to bat for you.
Okay.
But just in general, if you think there's unfairness,
yeah,
well, we should look into it.
Yeah, I think there definitely is with the records policy that is being implemented, because that statute, when it talks about fees, it has to be an hourly rate of the person actually doing the extensive research. But if it's a flat $23, then
I think what we talked about at the meeting was what they have to, how they have to pull the body cam, and what it takes to do that, and whether whether or not you can even do it because of where you were
Right.
at
Right.
the time that the
Yeah.
city. I remember the city
There's
attorney
an
getting involved
right. There's
about
an
that stuff.
analysis, but
Like
the legal
if you're at a
review
hospital or
isn't
something.
something. Yeah, the legal review isn't something that the city needs to pass on the cost to the people. Like the records clerk, like for them to actually find that record, and it takes 5 seconds to type in March 7th and get those videos, and then have somebody, if they need to go through and say, okay, anything needs to be redacted, they can redact it. But we got 3 out of the 4 body cameras. So there was 4 officers that showed up. We didn't get the 4th one. We paid for it, but we haven't gotten it yet. And they're claiming now that it wasn't running. And the one that's missing is the sergeant, the highest ranking guy. So there's a problem with the police department if the sergeant,
Was that? Was
Hamilton,
Hamilton?
yeah. So there's a problem if Hamilton isn't following the body cam policy. There's even more of a problem if he had it running and they're hiding that record, right? So either way, it doesn't look good for the city, right? It's
I hope they can rectify that for you. I'm sorry.
yeah. Did you have something?
The people doing the record search are already on city payroll, yes?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't think it goes.
They're
I think
already
it
being
goes. I don't
paid,
think they source that out. Yeah.
and they're already being paid. Why do we have to pay them again to do the search
Well,
that they're paid to do?
you're pulling them from normal duties. I don't think the public records request is an actual. There's not a position
No,
that does it.
CJ is in public records, and for the police department, they actually have a records clerk as well. So there's actually for both sides of the house, they have a records person already.
On the clock.
And even on the city side, they have 2
people.
people, CJ, and then the other one is Jennifer Hodges. So they have 2 people on the city side and 1 on the police department side. Right. But they said that they both do the public record stuff. But it's just an issue. Like the city doesn't have to charge at all. There is no state statute requiring them to charge. You know, it's an option.
They've been bogged down with public records requests before.
Yeah.
For,
I,
for other stuff.
from the FEMA
And I
stuff,
think
right?
it's a well, yeah, FEMA stuff, and actually there was actually a standing commissioner used to bog them down with public records
Yeah.
requests. So I think there's there's reckoning there. There's
Okay.
stuff we can work on.
Uh,
You got my email.
yeah.
After today, you may not need my email.
All right. Who's your opponent?
Richard Walker.
Walker? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked with Rich a bit.
Yep.
Okay.
I see your point. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then there's issues with the police department too. Like so they responded to that call at the vet center, and it's federal property, so that there's not even jurisdiction for them to respond.
Was it within our city limits though? They got the call.
The vet center is within city limits. However, that suite is federal property, so they could show up just like you could show up, right? If you heard gunfire and you were walking down the street, you could be like, "Oh man, I need to go help somebody." You can show up and try to help, and that's about it. Like the police can show up and try to help, but they can't enforce any laws.
The police department trying to get on Tyndall to enforce law.
It's like an accident in a parking lot near a state highway.
Yeah, jurisdictional question, right? Yeah.
The highway patrol has to write up the accident.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
So that was a problem, and then the other problem is Hamilton and Havlicek said, "Hey, Ramey, the chief, says if we get a call for trespass, we trespass." And I'm like, well, that's not the law. Like, you don't just take the business owner, whoever's word for it, and then you just automatically trespass. You have to do an investigation. You have to do a legal analysis and look at the case law. And I told them the case law, and I said, hey, this doesn't match. Like, I have implied consent as a veteran to go to the vet center, and they trespassed me regardless.
Yeah, you're not dealing with an individual owner. Like,
right.
As an owner of a business, and I own one, I'd be able to trespass anyone.
Well, to an extent. So if your business is open to the public, is it? So once you open your doors to the public, your property, your business property becomes quasi-public property, right? Like de facto quasi-public property. So you can't just like, somebody comes in that has a different skin color than you. You can't say you get out because of that, right?
There has to be a reason.
And the reason has to be either disruption of the business, or if I just wanted to sit down and eat food in your store, like, well, that's not the purpose for your business. So in Florida, there's case law on that for private property, or it's quasi-public property.
If you ever have a restaurant.
Yeah. You're bringing a competitor's food. Yeah. Exactly.
But you've been very cordial.
Yeah.
Very, very cordial.
And it's Pat. What's the?
Pat Perno's my name.
Okay. Yeah. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hopefully we can.
If I can do anything for you.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah. If you win.
Shoot me another email.
If you win, I got your email, and we can hopefully work to try to fix some of this stuff.
I'll definitely see your point. And whatever we can do to help.
All right, and
As
I
long
asked.
as it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
As long as you're not, but impeding the progress of the city. And
Yeah,
so
I
forth.
think the business of the city needs to be transparent, and like they don't need to put obstacles in front of the public to find out what the city's doing.
I can't wait till the day when it's just accessible by the individual. Like
Yeah.
it's open and
Yep.
you could go to a website or a link
Right.
and
All the
get what you
business is
need.
just on a website and you can get it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I really
Of
think
course,
that
there is some stuff
give
that
it
needs
a
to be
give it a
redone.
72-hour period on a body cam
Uh-huh.
or something like that. You could look it up. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope that day's coming.
Yeah.
So I mean I just I feel like there's two sides to every story. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle lies the truth.
Yeah.
So, but I understand you're well versed. You probably know the law and everything better than I do.
Well,
This guy's calling someone gay like that?
what was that?
Brian,
What do you say?
he said I'm not as cute as the last girlfriend.
Oh wow, that's Brian Gray, everybody, showing his lack of character again. I've been asking the candidates questions about the Constitution, so I'm just gonna ask you about the First Amendment. All right? Can you tell us how many of the 5 prongs of the First Amendment? There's 5 freedoms the First Amendment is supposed to protect.
The freedom of speech,
Freedom of speech,
freedom of religion,
religion, yeah,
right to assemble.
assembly, yeah.
Let's see.
3 out of 5 so far. No, you're good. That's the best. That's the best I've gotten so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Um,
So you got speech, religion, assembly. Okay.
speech, religion, assembly. I mean,
So we use an acronym RAPPS. So you got the A and the S and the R so far. So you're missing 2 P's.
yeah.
Freedom of the press, like right now, right?
Well, I consider that freedom of speech.
Well, it's separate. It's yeah,
Well, at the time,
yep.
because they ran printing presses.
Yeah, a lot. Well, and there has been a lot of back and forth in the courts.
Press is right here.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's the
Yeah.
press. So there's press, and then the last one is this one right here, petition or protest, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's in the right to assemble.
yeah, there's
really?
separate. Yeah, so it's RAPPS. Yeah.
We wouldn't be a country if it wasn't a right to protest.
They are linked though, right? Like so if if you had to wonder like what was the reason why they did it?
They are linked because you'll have one contentious parties.
Yeah.
Like I can think of the neo Nazis in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a right to assemble as well.
Sure.
And the other
And
people,
their
you know what I
speech,
mean?
right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just use that as an example.
You don't have to agree with the speech. In fact,
No.
the speech that you disagree with is the
But
stuff that needs to be protected, right?
I went to Florida State. I walked the Union many a day.
Yeah.
People speaking
All kinds of
kind
stuff.
rhetoric,
I bet.
And,
Yeah.
And you either stopped and listened or you walked on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they had a right to be there.
All right. Well, thanks for not telling me to run off and go away, because that's what Brian did.
Hey, I'm a little shy of the camera, but
You've done well.
If you know me, I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah, you've done well. 3 out of the 5 is about.
Place, I might talk your ear off.
3 out of the 5 is what, 60%? I guess that's a passing grade.
I guess. Yeah. Let's do it on the bell curve. Huh?
But let's on the bell curve you're at the top.
If I did better than most of the commissioners, I'm all right.
But I think the people would like more from the elected officials. So as a challenge to you, then
I'll read
at least the first 10, the Bill of Rights. Yeah, because do you know how many amendments there are total?
There was a time I knew them by heart.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in my brain right now. So.
Sure. Do you know how many amendments there are total so far in the Constitution?
Let's see, is there 24?
A little more.
27
currently.
I know it was somewhere in the
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, but the first 10 are the Bill of Rights, and that's
That's important.
Those are the ones that are supposed to like limit the government, right, and help empower the people. The other ones are more like procedural and stuff like that. And there's
our government was founded on, laissez-faire.
Yeah.
Less government.
Yeah, I mean there's some stuff like the 13th is the anti-slavery, but there's an exclusion there, right? Slavery is still permitted in the U.S. for punishment in the 13th Amendment. Yeah. And then there's the 14th Amendment that is equal protections and due process, right? And then you have some different ones for voting. So the 15th was voting for people regardless of your race, and then you have the 19th for women. Yep. And then you have, I think the 26th is another voting one that, I'm sorry, the 24th voting regards to like taxation. I think is the 24th.
Well, I need to bone
So-
up on my constitution.
Yeah, but those don't really don't come up, right? The ones in the first 10 are the ones that come up, and then the 14th. Like those are the.
The more you know, the more you know the rules to live by, I guess.
Yeah. For instance, like when what's his name, Chief Ramey stole my sign on Friday, it was right in the same area as the other signs. And
Yeah, you know.
so that's the 14th Amendment. That would be the equal protections. Like if he's gonna take one sign, then he can just take all signs.
That's
Right?
well, all the signs. I was still looking for my 3 signs for
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
I was wondering when I came out here. I was wondering why they were all gone. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe they came back afterwards and took them after.
Maybe, but
Do you know the ordinance? Because they said there's some ordinance. I tried finding it.
There is an ordinance because about the signs have to be inside the right of way.
In the right of way, not out of the right of way.
That be outside the right of way.
Outside the right of way.
Like
beyond the right of way.
Beyond the right of way.
Okay. Well, the right of way for this road right here in this parcel is 60 feet.
Oh yeah, the right of way, the city's right of way goes up in the middle of people's yards.
Yeah.
But they called it the telephone pole line.
Ah, so that's more like the easement for.
More like the easement.
Yeah. Because utility easement.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I don't have a sign out of it, but I have them on my cart. So.
Yeah, you've been driving around with it.
I'm not so much driving around. I drove out this morning, and then I live right by here, so I took the long way.
Yeah.
And
all right.
I just figured it was going to be hot, and I'm sitting around, so I took the golf cart.
I got you. If all right, if you had to give an elevator speech for why people should pick you, as opposed to Rich.
Like a real quick elevator.
Yeah, like we're in a little elevator ride, 20, 30 seconds.
Well,
what is it that you bring to the table that Rich doesn't?
Look at this. So, I just feel like I've served as commissioner for 4 years already, and I feel like what I've done to help the city is unfinished in my eyes.
Okay.
So I really have compelling issues about some needs that the city has that I hope I can get done in the next 4 years. So.
Anything specific?
Well, my biggest peeve is stormwater retention.
Okay.
And the fact that we don't have regional stormwater, we have areas like this new Rails for Trails, and it's got ditches on both sides.
Yeah.
Why can't we enlarge one of those for a regional retention pond?
Okay.
Something like that. And there's an area off 17th Street that I've been working pretty hard on. I've tried to help get people who own the land to donate it back to the city, which they did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was deemed a wetland, and we got the approval to change the land use. And
okay.
Hopefully, we can over the next few years we can take the swing at some grants.
Yeah.
And put a regional retention pond in an area that'll service 300 acres, solve some of the flooding issues in the Moat Highlands area and the Pine Forest area.
Okay. And so you've been a commissioner for 4 years?
Yes, sir. I got voted in 2019.
All right.
In April.
Now, in that time, have you seen the city of Lynn Haven do anything to shrink the city footprint or shrink government, local government, or has it always been passing new legislation and things to grow the city's power? Can you think of a single instance where you voted, or even if you voted against and you didn't pass, where anybody has done anything to shrink the size of the local government? Because what we find is that if gone unchecked, government just continues to grow and grow and grow. Some grow faster than others.
We've looked at the number of employees and departments
Uh-huh.
and the growth and put budgetary restraints in as far as how we wanted the budget to be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't exactly what the city had in mind.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to trim our spending.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore we kept some departments lower. Just as far as an overview, that was my mailer.
Okay.
You can have it if you like.
You want it?
Sorry.
All right.
Yep. So I can see that, and then.
But they've added more jobs to the city, right?
We've
not.
Added ordinances,
Uh-huh. And adding.
And we've added, when you add certain businesses and the idea of government is that the people bring you their issues, and you should be able to
would you be interested in repealing ordinances, like getting ordinances off the book that restrict freedoms of the people?
I would hope so. I mean,
Okay.
we've just now taken a look at our city charter,
Uh-huh.
and we're reviewing that
Yeah.
through committee. Um, funny thing you should ask is because we're looking at the International Property Maintenance Code right now.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully we're removing
The fat.
yeah, well, I won't say the fat, the intrusiveness.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that infringes people's rights or so
Good.
forth. You know.
Yeah, I think that's
That kind of stuff that I think is in because our code enforcement needs help.
sure.
There's citizens that have come to us about certain areas of
Yeah.
the streets that they can't have the quiet enjoyment of their neighborhood because of certain things, you know. And I won't say it's a certain type of quick rental stuff, but it seems to be that brings forth
Okay.
a feeling that
But you're open.
they're not in their hometown.
Yeah, you're open to the idea of going through and saying, like, what do we have on the books? Let's repeal all the stuff that is restrictive and, abusive towards the people and their rights, and let's only try to limit, like, the ordinances that we pass. Let's limit ourselves. Let's limit government. Let's make sure that we're doing the best that we can. Are you open to that kind of?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wish we could give people the right to have their quiet enjoyment and still have enough rules where we weren't infringing on each other.
All right, Pat. Well, I will, if you make it, if you elect it, I will definitely email to you. We'll talk.
I hope we can.
I will pull some of the ordinances and codes and propose to you, like, hey, man, this looks restrictive, or like, what do you think? So I'm happy to continue to communicate.
Like you said, if you need anything, you just come talk to me, man.
All right.
And I'm not against taking a swing at things for you.
All right, man. Well, appreciate it.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
Good luck to you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks. All right, how we doing over here? Pretty good. It's not too hot. I think yesterday was yesterday was cool. Yesterday was a little bit cooler, but it's nice. Any other candidates on this side? No.
Just Jesse Nelson.
All right. We go. Is Brian back over here, or did he run off? Huh? Oh yeah. Oh, Richard's over there. Yeah, Richard's running against Pat there. That's Rich right there. Rich, how's it going?
Well, how's it going with you?
All right. Just had a talk with your opponent over there, with Pat. I don't know if he's saying the right things. So, we were talking about repealing ordinances and things that are on the books in the city. So would you be open to that review of, like, what laws the city has? What's that?
I presented to the commissioners a long time ago a book from 1970 on with all the ordinances that are in there. They're going to do the comprehensive plan. They're going to review that. It's too bad that the comprehensive plan is not going to be reviewed by the citizens.
So who's doing it?
The staff.
Okay.
Manager and city planner.
So do they like do a proposal, like, to the commission?
We did. We asked about it. They didn't say yay or nay.
Okay.
But they did look at the ordinance, and they're saying there are a lot of ordinances. For example, you're not allowed to spit on the sidewalk. You got to tie your horse up.
Spit on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you got to tie your horse up correctly.
Yeah.
And what I was really looking at and did get was a look at the charter. And that's on the referendum on the election right now.
All right.
So we're getting progress in this avenue. We realize that the ordinances are way out of whack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're presently getting ready to look at a brand new set of ordinances for code enforcement.
Okay.
Code enforcement needs enhancement. They're really a tough bunch of gentlemen. And there used to be a lady with it too. However, they're going to look at that too. Reviewing a program called the IPMC, International Plans and Maintenance.
International Property Maintenance.
Property.
Okay.
Thank you. My wife, she corrects me when I'm wrong.
Hey, I have that help too.
That's coming through 22 pages long,
Yeah.
and they're reviewing in that, trying to take out of that what they need to bolster their code enforcement.
Okay.
If they do it that way, there's no problem. But if they enhance the whole thing, we have a definite problem.
So would you be open if you make it on the commission? Would you be open to bringing your own proposals to the commission for repeal?
Oh, sure. I've been trying for a long time. 20 years at this.
Do you already have a list of like specific ones that you're like, hey, this needs to get out of here. This ordinance doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Not yet.
No. Okay.
But right now, I'm working on that IPMNC.
Okay.
Which is page for page.
Right.
Because they're looking at that right now, and in June they're going to vote on that.
Okay.
They tried to force that down our throats. The way they're set up, they proposed it, and the first reading at the commission meeting was the schedule. The mayor here has a law, a rule, as chairman, that you're not allowed to address anything on the agenda as an agenda item.
What?
Yes, yes. Okay, in public speaking. And this is what we've been fighting with him.
Okay.
All of us have been fighting that.
Yeah.
And what he wants you to do is when you get down to the issue and it's on the agenda, the number on the agenda, then you can address it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. His other rule is this: at the first reading, you don't get a chance to address it. So therefore, it is temporarily approved until it's final.
Without even hearing from the people.
Then it goes.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
It goes to the reading, second reading, and then they pass it. This is an international rule on how you live in a town, and we didn't like that.
All right.
So, yes.
All right. So you already have some targets that you want to hit.
I have my,
All right. I asked Pat. He didn't have anything specific. So
learn,
like
learn
he.
this. Learn this. If you learn one thing.
Yeah.
When anybody gets elected to run for office, they have a purpose.
Yeah.
Mrs. Tinder had a purpose when she first
Uh-huh.
ran. She won. She didn't like the law. It was infringing on the businesses.
Yeah.
And she had it changed.
That's
what
Judy,
you do
right?
with a law.
Yep.
Is she? Oh, she out here?
I'm right here.
Hey.
That's
All right.
how she got in.
Okay.
Now, this time she has another purpose, so she couldn't do it as commissioner.
Yeah.
So she resigned so she could run for mayor.
Okay.
That's how she did it. So we all have a purpose.
And actually, you know what Richard was talking about as far as the ordinances go?
Yeah.
The first time I owned a restaurant here in town, and they came and code enforcement told me I could not have a sign that said open outside my restaurant.
What?
If it was not, no, this is the truth, if it was not attached to the building.
Oh my gosh.
And I said,
Oh, I read that. It's a permanent sign ordinance.
yes.
I read that.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
laughed because I thought he was kidding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he gave us a ticket, and he said, tomorrow it starts $500
A day.
Yeah.
Extortion, right?
Yeah, I said, you gotta be
Did they break the window because you didn't pay the extortion fee?
Well, then I looked.
Yeah. Rich knows about that from New York, right, Rich?
And my neighbor received the same sign ordinance in 1955 when she had a shop 2 doors down from me.
Yeah.
And I said, 1955? Oh, my Lord. So, long story short, that got changed. Yeah,
Were they trying to bill her every day since 1955?
No, I doubt that.
Yeah.
But just, it's the point of it. You know, and we really, Richard said it, and it's true. Still on our ordinance.
Yeah.
You can tie your horse up outside.
Well, yeah, I tried to find the ordinance that Ramey enforced when he took my sign Friday, and I couldn't find it. The only thing close to it was that permanent sign thing. I'm like, well, that doesn't apply. So.
Yeah, that sign ordinance is
The key to this with her was she had her sign over there at her restaurant.
Right.
They had their signs over here. Yeah, so.
Like rules for thee, but not for me.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
We're finding that out.
All right. So, Judy, do you have any specific ordinances that you want to repeal and get off the books?
I'm just happy with. I hope the voters pass the referendum where we're going to go look at our charter
Right.
in 5 years. This is the first time we've looked at it since when?
Since it was made, 1950.
Woo.
In 1950.
It never changed.
73
Yeah.
years ago.
A little bit out of date.
A little bit.
That's
And-
what, and I'm basically responsible for the charter review board.
Okay.
Because I made a statement a long time ago to them. I said, you cannot have a woman as the mayor, and you cannot have a woman.
What?
Yes, you cannot have a woman as the city manager.
Oh
Guess
my
what
gosh.
we got? We got a woman mayor and
Yeah.
we got a woman city manager.
Yeah.
And they laughed time we took a look at the chart. So
Yeah.
why this stuff is
It
on
was
there.
worded that way.
Yeah. All right. Judy, before I left Friday, I asked if you would look up the Constitution. So I'm going to ask. I've been asking the candidates about the First Amendment. Can you tell me all 5 freedoms the First Amendment is supposed to protect?
No, I can't tell you.
You want to take a stab at any of them?
Well, First Amendment's freedom of speech.
Speech. We got one. Yeah.
Freedom to gather.
Yep. Assembly. Yep.
Freedom.
Petition the government.
God, I'm going back to my high school days.
Pat got 3. So so far he's the top dog.
Speech, freedom to gather.
So assembly, speech. Yep.
Assembly, speech.
Fourth
Freedom
Amendment,
to vote.
search.
Yeah. Well, that's the Fourth Amendment. We're still on the First Amendment right now. So.
Yeah.
All right. So it's R. Oh, that's not. Easy acronym is RAPPS. RAPS. So you got the A and the S. So you're missing an R and 2 P's.
You got me on it too because I.
Public zone would be one.
R is freedom of religion.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's 3. And then the 2 P's we got press, like right here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Press.
And then protest
Okay.
or petition.
There you go.
Yeah. So RAPPS.
Well, thanks. Now I'll remember that.
Yeah. Religion, assembly, press, protest, speech.
I will remember that. I'm real big on speech.
So, yeah, the public encourages you guys to take that to heart, especially the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights. I know you mentioned the 4th, Rich, which is search and seizure, yeah. And then you have the 14th Amendment, which is outside of the Bill of Rights, but it's a good one. It's the Due Process Clause and Equal Protections Clause, right? Basically, if the government's doing something to one person, like it can't just be targeted against that one person. They got to treat everybody equally, right?
That's not the case here.
Exactly. Right. That's a problem. So that's the 14th Amendment, and then there's some others that have to deal with voting, but that rarely comes up. People saying you can't vote because of your gender or race anymore.
I'd like to think it'd be on that.
Yeah. There might be some obstacles like in the way that's arguable. Some people are putting out there. But for the most part, that's the first 10, the 14th. Let me think of another one that would be good to look at.
You have some seriously
I've got a lot of native blood, so I get pretty brown, and especially when I'm out on the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But thanks, guys, and
And I'm looking forward to seeing that.
We're trying.
Yep. And I'm looking forward to see if they've made any stride on that assist for meetings for you.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard any update on it. I have gotten some stuff back on the public records, so that's again something if you get elected, if you would put it up for discussion. CJ, the public records lady, I did a records request for the city's public records policy, and then she came back like an hour and a half later and said $23, and I'm like, what? How do you know how much to charge me if you don't have the policy? And if you have the policy, why don't you just give it to me? So that's a problem, right? They're just automatically charging rather than giving records.
Problem for how much we're charging for
On the
public
public
request.
request is listed how much to charge.
Yeah.
It's there.
So,
No,
It
I've
should be
copied
about
it a couple
15
of
but the
times.
way that the state statute reads is that it's supposed to be if you charge, which you're not required to charge, but if you charge, it's only if it's an extensive search.
Yeah.
Like if somebody has to like search extensively, and they did 15 minutes. So I brought it up to the city manager. Like this to me screams incompetence. Like if the person in charge of public records took more than 15 minutes to find the public records policy, how like that doesn't make any sense to me, right?
And yeah, it doesn't. And in your case, you wanted to print it out, but I don't think we should charge it all when they can just email it.
No, I can't read print, so I have everything sent to me via email.
Oh,
So because my phone reads to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But the what is it? Oh, the charge it's not a flat rate. It's supposed to be if they do say, okay, this is excessive, it's more than 15 minutes. It's supposed to be whoever's doing this research.
It's hourly rate.
It's their hourly rate.
Right.
Yeah. So if they want to say that CJ makes the same thing as the records clerk at the police department, maybe they do,
Yeah,
but I don't know, right? Like we just got CJ's salary back, but I haven't calculated like what that would be hourly. I think it's an annual salary, so I don't know. But there's those are questions that need to be asked. Like for you said it's printed on the form. I didn't know that. Like they just say $23. That to me says that's not likely that everybody that works there gets paid the same hourly rate. You know,
Right.
so that's
I've heard people. I've heard people say they asked for a public request and they wanted $180.
Oh, yeah.
they can get crazy, especially with the federal government and the VA.
It depends on who you are.
Yeah. Oh, who you are.
Honest to gosh, it depends on who you are.
Who you are and who you know,
Yep.
or who knows
What they
you.
charge you or don't charge you.
Yeah.
You remember when Roman Pie and I went round and
Yep.
round with them?
Yep.
Okay? Where they used to ask for your name, your phone number, and everything on there.
Oh yeah.
That was illegal.
Yeah, you don't have to. You do it anonymously. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So one day I went to pick it up, and Robitaille says, "Wait a minute, how do you know who this goes to?"
Yeah.
And they looked at me, and I said, "You know, Robitaille said, how did they find out I was the one that asked for that?" I don't know. And he made a complaint to me.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's when everybody realized, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can nowadays you can just give them an email address. You say, here's a number, text me, I can come pick it up in person. You know, if it's a whole bunch of stuff.
Exactly
You know,
right.
like you need my name.
I did. I
It
said,
should
I will
be.
Yeah.
pick it up in person by number.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think we'll see. I really do believe this. If I'm elected, I think we're going to see public requests volume go down.
Yeah.
Because the reason it is so high is nobody trusts anybody.
Yeah.
And nobody believes anybody. So
Yeah.
they want to see it in print.
Right.
And I think I'm hoping to be able to publish who we're writing checks to every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Publish it right
Yep.
there on the agenda. So
You can.
everybody can see
Like,
it.
there's nothing in the state statutes preventing the city from doing that.
Exactly.
Like,
Except they don't want people to know where their money's going.
right. There's
Our
so
money's going.
what we've got friends that will go to cities to check on like the books and stuff, and they'll do a specific records request, which I love. They'll say we want the receipts from all the city issued credit cards for like this month and this month. You know, because then you actually get to see what the people that are running around. Yep. Let's say that they're going to the hardware store to get stuff for a project that the city's paying for. Okay, but then why is there, bubble gum on here? Why is there a Snickers bar on here? Why is all this stuff that just slides in?
I agree. After the hurricane this year, I saw receipts. I still have them on my computer. I saw receipts where the city manager sent not this one.
Yeah.
One at the time.
Yeah.
Sent one of the directors over to Winn Dixie and bought $180 some worth of alcohol.
Worth of what?
Get together.
Oh wow.
I still got that receipt.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did a little check with the police department when I paid for the body camera. I gave them $30.50 in pennies as a protest because of like it's double. You're paying for it twice. They cited me $23 for if they use the DVD, 23 if I gave them the DVD, which $7 for a DVD, which you can get a pack of 25 for $7.
Right.
So that's a problem. But I gave them more than the. That's here. Yeah. Yeah, that's here.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't mean to scare you. I was almost that I had to get a number and I couldn't see the sun. I'm sorry, didn't mean to scare you.
No, you're good.
Thing I have, if there's a records clerk already on the bill, on the file, gets paid to do records,
Right.
why do we have to pay again to get records?
Yeah.
Exactly. This is one of our points that we're trying to have this open
They
access
changed,
to
they used to
everybody.
be,
Okay.
according to state rule, it had to be an elected official was in charge of the records, okay? That could be delegated down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. They did have it that way. However, now they've changed it where each department head has to get the information.
Depending on what you're
And
asking.
you've got 7 department heads. And they have a staff, and that's what's going to cost you for them to investigate.
Yeah.
And what you get back is a bureaucratic mess of what they said.
Yeah.
This person to that person to that person.
Right.
And that's what we're fighting now.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. That's a problem.
So when I went, I did that. I delivered $30.50 in pennies as a protest for the extra fee. And because it could have been $23 or $30. I gave them the DVD, but I didn't know if the DVD was going to work. I didn't know if it was going to be big enough for all the video.
Right.
And then I picked it up the next day, and she's like, "Here's your DVD. Here's your change." And she put like a bag of pennies on the counter. I'm like, "Well, how much change am I getting back? What did you guys actually charge me?" And she's like, "I don't know." I'm like,
What?
"Yeah." She said, "I don't know." I'm like, "Okay, well, you took money from me, but you don't know how much you took, and you don't know how much you gave back." Like, and this is why I did that, was the test of the integrity. I know there's been problems in the city with them taking large sums of money from the government and not accounting with it right. I'm like, how did they do with this small change? Like, and they couldn't even account for that right.
No receipt.
Well, she said the receipt said I paid $23. I'm like, well, that's not an accurate receipt, ma'am. I gave you more than that. Like,
Going to Walmart and give them a 50 for $25 for stuff.
yeah,
It'll show on the ticket.
it's the proper accounting. So it was just a little check. It was just a little check of the integrity, and so that's what came out of that. Oops. And
We
then
hope to change all that.
yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm doing my best, and if you guys make it in, then hopefully we can work together, like collaborate and try to clean some stuff up.
Yep.
So.
We're hoping.
The hard road.
We're hoping. We're hoping.
All right, who turned up the heat? The sun needs to like chill out.
Yeah. They've turned
Yesterday
up
was
the heat.
great, wasn't it? Yesterday was nice and cool. Do you guys get updates from the poll? Like how many, like the numbers?
Not until 7:15.
Okay.
Oh, we get updates.
We get updates on
how many have voted.
Yeah.
Last I heard was 256 today.
Okay.
Not today.
Boy,
Well, you know how many did early voting?
No, we don't know. Well, early voting, when we came into today, it was at 1,500 and something.
Okay, because there's 1,100 the first up until Friday. I didn't get Friday's number, so it's 1,500
Yep.
and
And still climbing.
and how many? Do you know how many are registered for the city?
I said 14,000, I think 14,000 plus.
That are actually registered?
Registry.
Really?
We're lucky if we get 10%.
Lynn Haven voted.
Oh wow! I thought the population was like 22,000. I thought only registered was like 4,000.
Yeah. No, I think.
No, that's how many possibly could vote.
Oh, possibly would come.
Usually it's 14.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks guys for your time and answering some questions and being responsive to the public. We appreciate that. And again, we'll encourage you to refresh at least the Bill of Rights and even the articles of the Constitution, because
It's kind of important.
yeah.
Especially when you swear into the Constitution.
I think a lot of times that's just a clerical thing, right? People do it because when I joined the military, there was no tests. Like we weren't given a constitution. Here, study this. You have to have a test before you swear. It's like you swear it and you may not have even read it. You know.
But
So.
you swore to do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other candidates you see? Oh yeah, Jesse. All right. Woo! That's a high-pitched bird. Show him the shade for a minute. Where'd Brian go? Yeah. He said so. It sounded like he called the police chief right when we got here, because he said, Chief Ramey, hey, this is Brian, and then yeah, he tried to kick us off of this public property here. And then Brian called maybe a second time. I don't know who he called, but on that phone call, if he did call, he may have just been speaking, But if we assume that he called somebody, he said something like, "Yeah, go ahead and send that packet that I gave you to the state attorney's office." Yeah. Right. So Brian is actively trying to get a warrant out for me. It sounds like, I can't say definitively, but that's what it sounded like to me. What's that?
Sounds like he's trying to get you on stolen valor.
Ah, okay. Yeah, he did mention stolen valor. Yeah. Yeah, he mentioned that, which is funny because we got his record back from the National Archive today, and his campaign information. He says he had 4 combat tours, but the archive record came back and said that it doesn't say what tours he had. He just said that he was a National Guard, and it just gave his active duty time frames. And so there was like a 3-month time frame in '82, which presumably that's the start. That's his basic training. And then there was a little over a year in 2003, 2004, which would be a deployment typically. And then there's another one for 2010. So from the records, it sounds like that it's 2 deployments and not 4. Now he could have, done short deployments, come home, done some training, and gone back. So it's possible. However, it's my understanding of how the military works and things like that. It's not likely. What's up, Oklahoma? Hey, first from Puerto Rico. So far, every candidate that I've talked to has been willing to answer questions and discuss some issues, except for Brian Gray. Kevin Sorbo, what's up? I have no idea how far up I am in my chat, so I'm gonna have it go down the line. If anybody wants to look, maybe it sounded like Brian was making videos. I think you said that. Hey, bro, didn't you say that he was holding up something to record? All right. So either he was recording static or he was doing live. Probably to Facebook would be my guess. If you want to look, see if you can find Brian Gray's Facebook. See if he made any videos today, because he sounded like he was narrating for a video talking about blind, or not blind justice. What do you say? You just said it. What is that? Stolen valor. That's right. Right. Stolen valor. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Carolina Guardian? Oh wow, I'm way behind on chat. Somebody just said in chat that Brian Gray's got his camera on me, so that's where I am in the sequence of events. It's reading down the chat line. Hi.
Be 250 feet from the polling place with campaign signs.
150.
That sign right there that says it's the point. They're all down there.
Who?
It's on this golf cart with the walker dudes on there holding on. They're not waving around or anything.
Uh-huh.
They still have it. Barry went down there when they had it.
Oh yeah.
Had a
Okay. Interesting. All right. That's 150 feet. Does the sign say 250? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Do you know the candidate Ellen? I don't know her last name. You know, okay. I think she was over here last week. Yeah. Is Ellen? Hey. Oh, okay. Yeah, just real quick. You said the FDLE website.
Yeah.
I tried finding the complaint thing there. Can I give you an email address where you like send me like the link? Because I tried finding it and
I can actually.
I don't know if I
When
don't
you
know.
search
Mhm.
FDLE, what did you search?
Yeah, FDLE. I got their website, but then
Tallahassee?
no, I just typed in FDLE and then it pulled up. I think the website is like fdle.florida.us or something like that.
So okay, when you do FDLE Tallahassee,
Uh-huh.
and it comes up and it has overview directory
Uh-huh.
right under the directory, the second one to the right,
Okay.
and it has a phone number.
Okay. So you have to do it.
I'm putting it in your phone. Can your phone?
I have no idea
you
if that's reading that.
recording?
Hopefully. But
Can you see it?
could you read it? Just tell me
Oh,
like
yeah.
vocally. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, 1-850-410-7000.
Okay.
And then let me just make sure any other numbers.
So it's via phone, not like there's not like a web portal that you can just do a complaint via the online.
There is a website, but I call.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
when you call, you get a direct person.
You actually get somebody.
But there
Yeah.
is one. When you go hit to the right, it's overview.
Uh-huh.
It says, how can we help you today?
Yeah.
And that says search.
Uh-huh.
So when you put search, you can type in, your search engine, what you're looking for. So you can type in complaint.
Okay.
Or speak to a representative.
Yeah, yeah.
And it should take you there.
All right.
Okay, but there's also request a criminal history, report suspicious activity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of different sections.
All right, cool.
So you can speak into it too. It has the microphone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, just wanted to
Yeah,
make sure.
my phone does that too. Like my phone has a built-in
All right,
thing
just
where.
wanted to make sure you knew that's how you can get there too.
All right, cool.
All right, and then it'll take you right there, and somebody will pick up and speak to you.
Yeah.
Take the complaint, ask you questions.
Uh-huh.
It's honestly, I think that's why calling is better than doing it online.
Yeah.
They know the questions to ask you.
You actually get a human being.
To say, well, this is where we think you should go with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
All right.
Okay.
You think about. Do you remember what that was? You said something about a harassment statute or something.
Oh yeah, there's okay, so there's several statutes that are stalking at 722.2223.
Okay.
There's cyber stalking.
Right.
People stalking.
Yeah, I found those and all those excluded like somebody exercising constitutional rights. So I didn't know if there was something outside of that.
Well, that's different, right? So one incorporates the other. So
Uh-huh.
what did you look under when you looked under the statutes?
I just went to the
Right.
the interface that the state has, and then I typed in harassment,
Okay,
and then
so what we'll do is when you go and you have to again there you can go ask a specific question.
yeah.
So it'll take you to several different areas. But say if somebody charged you with something, that's the one that they would put down. You know what I mean? Or
Right, the number that goes with that.
yeah,
Okay.
right, exactly. And then your lawyer, whoever, that's when they say this is what it violates.
Okay.
Which constitutional
Yeah.
amendment.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew one specifically because I tried to find that 722 and I couldn't find it because I looked that up.
So you can always, sometimes statutes do change.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
At
they
least
repeal
use,
and then
right,
yeah,
just use the word,
right,
trigger it, and then it'll bring it up. It'll
yeah,
bring you all to the different law
right.
places. Okay, and there's also another site, but I can't remember this off the top of my head, um, that does the same thing.
Hmm.
But I'm sure I'll run it to you again, and I'll have that info for you.
All right, great.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Ellen.
Hey, you're welcome. Oh, yeah.
Bye. Brian still over here, or did you get back over here?
No,
All right. How long are you guys gonna be out here today?
I'm staying till at least 4.
4? All right. Polls closed at
7.
7. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Judy. Hey, Potion, this is a public service. What's up, man? Hopefully your court stuff went well today. Did anybody see if Brian was over there? They said that he wasn't over there. I just asked a minute ago. Yeah, this is the actual vote day. This is the election day. Hey, is they said Brian left. Is that right?
No, he's on the cart right now.
What, the one over here?
Yeah, the one where you just
Yeah, I just asked if he was there, and they said no.
his cart. He's on the other one where you're just talking with.
Yeah, yeah. I asked him if he was there, and they said no.
No, he's sitting right there.
He's sitting there. Oh, Brian showing his cowardice again. Okay. Hey, Brian, are you here? Mr. Brian Gray, you want to talk to the public, talk to the press? Why did you tell me he wasn't here when he's here?
Who?
I asked a minute ago if Brian was here.
Brian was here?
Yeah.
Joe's here.
Yeah. He's here.
Okay.
Yeah. He left for a while.
Yeah.
Joe's here too.
Joe?
Yeah, Joe Mama.
Joe Mama.
Who did that?
Angie's here too.
Angie?
Angie's sister.
Angie's sister.
Acting like a 12-year-old. Certainly, Sasquatch. Do you know how to speak?
Do you think this is becoming of public service? What did Daddy Raymond tell you when you called and cried?
Oh, we got a plan. I just can't tell you right now.
Yeah. All right. He
What
said
happened to your stand, Janet?
he's got a plan. He can't tell me yet. Sounds like a conspiracy to deprive rights. 18 USC 241. But Brian's been sucking off the taxpayer for decades, so he's not afraid of repercussions when he breaks the law.
Janet, is it hot out there?
Yeah.
You know, that's the
Yeah.
library. You see the library that's over there? Yes. Yeah, they come about 2 weeks a month to Lynn Haven. And they do Gulf County and Washington County. And you can check out books. You can check out books, yeah. Isn't that neat? Yes. But I told her how disappointed we were that we weren't going to get a lot of cookbooks here for the children. Supposedly we're getting 15,000. But I don't know the 15,000 books for all categories. You know that little library that's on the side of Roberts Hall, that little case that has about 10 books? I have customers that come in and go there for supplies. I don't either. They pick up books and they bring them. They've got playthings on a blanket and everything. So that's the school's about to be out 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, yesterday, I'll tell you how that school. Oh, I just can't believe it. I mean, I understand today's world is a whole lot different than in the 70s.
Now you're in the zone.
Why
Thank you.
do they have to be so afraid to ride school?
I'm asking you to leave. This is a restricted area. You're not supposed to be here. Are you going to leave at this time? Thank you very much.
Restricted area?
That's correct.
How is this a restricted area?
Oh, that's all I needed right there. Thank you.
Do you know how this is a restricted area?
I've already got it, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Your ignorance knows no bounds, huh? You're proud of your ignorance. It's really disturbing.
What's that, Sasquatch? No, this is political area. It's ours, not y'all. Yeah, we're not invited. You're doing good. You're not invited.
I don't think you understand what public property is, do you, Brian?
Sasquatch, you don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet. Isn't it the time for you to go back to the zoo? The zookeeper's been by looking for you.
He was down there walking. He went where I just came from. Well, no, he went down by City Hall.
Because when we came in, he thought you were down there. Yeah, I was. I went around the whole block. Okay. He was looking for you, and he went that way.
What years were your 4 deployments that you have on your campaign sheet, Brian?
No, earlier, Dolores was across the street.
You said you had 4 combat deployments as an infantryman. Can you rectify the discrepancy from the National Archives that say that you were only active duty 3 different times? 1 presumably for basic training in 82. 1 for presumably a deployment 2003 to 2004, and then another one 2010. That sounds like 2 deployments. Would you like to clarify and clean up the record, Brian? How about the mask mandates? Would you like to clarify on the mask mandates at the vet center? Are you still doubling down that the vet center mandates masks as of April 4th, 2023? No, he's not calling me Sasquatch. He's calling my friend Sasquatch. Chief potato peeler. I don't know. So, Brian, if you're going to be elected, can you tell us what the 5 elements of the First Amendment are? 5 freedoms that the First Amendment is supposed to protect?
I know.
Judy. Come on, Brian. I've asked all the candidates. Do you want to take a stab at it? Not even an attempt. It's a 0 out of 5. That's a failing grade. All right, Judy.
Ready?
Yes, guy. What do you got?
Freedom of speech.
Yes.
Freedom of religion.
Yes.
Freedom to gather.
Yes. Assembly. Yep.
Yep. Assembly. The 2 P's.
Yep. Yep.
2 P's.
I'm doing them both right now.
Oh, protest and
Yep.
public.
It's right here.
Oh, freedom of press.
Press. You got it. Yeah. All right. There you go.
The only one I remembered when he first asked. showing the gun thing, but that's not that.
That's, you know which one that is?
Isn't it 9? Second.
Yeah, number 2. When number 1 fails,
Go to number 2.
go to number 2. That was the intention, right? Like,
I'll tell you what. These gun heavy dudes.
that was the legislative intent of the founders, like, because they had a tyrant saying you had to do religion this way, so that's the religion part. They said, well, you can't even gather to discuss what the king is doing, so it's assembly, right? And you can't talk bad about the king. That's all of this is treason, right?
Yeah.
So that's speech. And then you had press was like they had the pamphlets, right? Not Washington. What's his name? Franklin had his press, his pamphlet, penny pamphlet, right? And so that's the press, and that was treason. You know, him saying, hey, this is what the king's doing. And then you had, what's the last one? Protest. If you dare go out and directly challenge one of the king's officers, like, you know, like off of his head. You know,
Off of his head.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when those fail, that's why the founder said, well, number 2 is important. And
That one. What'd you forget? I didn't even know that. Chair.
oh man, the sheer hubris, man, is pretty unbelievable, you know. Sheer hubris. The park's across the street. This is public property here. This is owned by the city. This whole property that I'm on, and the right of way for this property, for this road, is 60 feet. And remember, on Friday, Jesse, the quote unquote mayor, said that you couldn't have signs in the right of way. So 60 feet. I'm pretty sure that I might be at like 30 to 50 feet right now. Maybe 30 to 40 feet. So we can go back probably another 15, 20 feet to be at the end of the right of way. Hello?
Snap pictures of you walking over to City
Oh
Hall.
yeah. Yeah. This is city. This is
no,
city property.
There's no restrictions.
Yeah. This whole thing. What is here, by the way? Is it just a parking lot, like grass parking? Okay. Yeah. This is all city property. Police response unit. Where's that?
If you look straight ahead of you, it's right.
All right, this way. That's all right. Let me check out the serviceability of this city property. Right here. All right. We got a block. Yeah. How's it look? Yeah. It's got the crank. If they want to put up barricades. Yeah. Uh-huh. Narrow fit. Oh, suck it in. All right. Is this thing secure? Oh, that one's not secure. That's not good. Now we got something. Okay, we have an unlocked lock. So that's not secure either. That's not good. This police trailer is not secure. That's a problem. Some of that chill ability. Breathing. It's all in the breath. Mrs. Justice, do you have sushi for me? Vegetable sushi. Aw, Mrs. Justice, that was sweet. I'm behind in the chat, by the way. So the other candidates, even if they disagree with my methods or my message, right? They at least spoke to me, right? At least had that kind of self-awareness to speak to me, answer questions, you know. Somebody tell me in chat what this thing is. Metal deal. Sounds like we're running out of space. Yep. So we got a Connex, and it doesn't seem to be. Yeah. Seems like that's not secure. All right. Sign of the horns. Sorry about the stability. I'm walking. 4 sounds better than 2. Well, I think it depends on your perspective, I guess, right? Adjust your focus. Ask him why he's not wearing a mask. Hello. Where's the mask? This is a new big city hall that they're making across the street. Thanks. Danger zone. Hi. Secure that trailer lock. I do have a lock on me, but I used it to lock up my bag. Ah, okay. The logos are stripped off the trailer. Okay. I don't know if anybody wants to do records requests. Brian Gray called me earlier today, like pretty much as soon as we showed up. Try to have him run me off. So there's got to be some kind of record there. That report. And then he's claiming that he's working with the police chief. That's what it sounds like anyway. We're trying to piece things together. It sounds like Brian is saying he's working with Chief Ramey to conspire with the state attorney's office to try to get a warrant for my arrest for protesting on public property. Cops came past? Okay, thanks. What's up?
I just would like to know that Mr. Howard Ryan came over to the van
Oh, yeah?
and was walking around in circles and recording me, but the minute I rolled down the window there and asked him questions, he took off running.
Mm.
Just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
And your sushi too.
Sushi's here. All right. We'll go get some sushi. Thank you. You okay?
No.
All right, yeah, we can roll. So Brian showed some retaliation. He went to go record around my wife in my van. It's pretty crazy. Are you talking to me? I can't hear you. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Can you come over here? I can't understand what you're saying.
it'd be within 150 foot of pole place. Blue pole on the other side downwind.
Okay.
You can go over there, but you can't stand here.
I talked to Mark Anderson already.
Well, Mark's the one that sets the rules up.
Yeah, I talked to him. We have an understanding.
Tell me nobody can hold a sign this side of that blue pole.
Okay, where's the cone?
Right about 5 yards to your right.
To my right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about over here?
No.
Is there another
Way down.
is there another line marked over here?
Right there. I can walk you over if you want to go.
Yeah. If you want to walk me to the cone, that'd be cool. It's this side. Whoa.
Bicycle.
Is there a sidewalk over here or no?
Yeah. Both kids coming on.
Okay.
All right.
Hi. All right.
Hold right here. Yeah, right there. Fine.
Okay. Where's the cone?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. But there's not one on the other side. If I want to walk like that way, is there one mark on that side?
No, not really.
Okay.
But it has to be on that telephone pole.
All right. Because I don't want to be standing here on the road. I want to be in the grass over there. 2 poles? Okay. Huh? Yeah. Is there a sidewalk on this side? Ah, okay. It's offset. All right. All right, cool. Just let me know when I'm good, all right? Well, I think he means well, that gentleman. But maybe I'll call Mark Anderson as the supervisor of elections here. I'll call him after a few minutes of holding the sign. Get his opinion on it. Thought we had an understanding. Certainly that's 150. Right? All right. Thank you. Afternoon. All right, how are you? It's hot. What happened to the weather yesterday? It was cool. Brian Gray. Yeah, he works at the vet center and he treats veterans poorly. Yeah. Oh no, I'm way behind again. I gotta figure out a better way, man. All right, pause that. Back up so you guys can see that, and then I'm gonna try to get caught up on chat. I have to skip down page by page here. There we go. 4:59. 59. Holy cow. There's 59 pages of chat. Oh, okay. There we go, Lightning Dave. I agree, Lightning Dave. No ordinance overrides the Constitution. But we're going to get out of here in a minute, get some lunch. So just wanted to check the poll people and see if what their understanding is. The sign. There you go. I think the 150 is recent change. All right, I'm gonna go out to the main road to get better coverage. Yeah, it is disgusting sign. That was kind of the idea. I think we're disgusted. We're disgusted. Huh? What's up?
Hi.
Ready to go to lunch? All right. You have our friend with us? All right. Bro. Bro. Yeah. I think so. All right. Hi. School must have let out. I don't know either. You want to go main road or this road? All right. I'm okay either way. The main road gets more traffic with the signage. Yeah. Yeah. And then won't talk to you.
Right, and then won't talk to me.
Just wanted to try to get like your van information.
Yeah, oh yeah, he went back and got the tag, recorded me sitting there, watching the video.
Oh yeah, good. Oh nice.
Yeah, I've got one of you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I drive around with that in the open all the time.
Mhm.
Exactly. Surprising information. We got a bunch of hitches coming up.
Yeah, we'll cross the sidewalk. Did they trim the branch? There was a branch not far. Oh, yeah, that's this section then? Did they trim back the branch? There was a branch that got me here. Hey, awesome. Oh yeah?
He won't look at me now.
Yeah.
I gotta go tell Judy, good job on getting there.
Oh, getting the 5? Yeah. I mean, she got a refresher, so, but it's good that she's got it.
Judy? Where'd you get the first 5? First Amendment. Yes! It's R-A-P-P-S. Yes.
All right, here we go.
I got it. Have a good one.
Woo!
Let's go right.
All right. Wait. Conspiring with the chief. Yeah.
What? A plan to deprive you of your constitutional rights.
Bruh.
Bro.
All right, people. Huh? Oh yeah. It's quite hotter than yesterday, that's for sure.
There's a way to go live.
You can collaborate, yeah.
I was like, what?
Go live together, yeah.
I almost tried to figure out how to do that with you.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to set it up.
Ooh, sorry. Hit a plant. Yeah. Normal cost 50 cents. City pays $7. What? This generator?
Huh?
You want the generator going?
Yeah. We have like 1.5. We do?
Is this part of the city?
No, we're from North.
Wait, I know. Wait. I know that voice. It's Is it Robin?
It's Robin.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say Sarah. Do you have a Sarah?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Robin. Cool. You guys do this a lot, or?
We come here about once a month.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
You do it that around the city,
Library right now.
but you do it in different. Oh, just here.
No, we go. Actually, we go to Bagel and Liberty County locations.
Yeah.
But we come here once a month.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. I didn't know that. Thanks, Robin. Have a good one. Yeah, you're good. All right. We're out of here, guys. Take it easy. Dale, press the lever.